you won that too. He is a beast of a poet, but has a golden soul. You're gonna love him. You're gonna know him from now on, definitely. Please give it up for Mr. Rudy Francisco, everybody.
When a black man says that you are pretty for a dark-skinned girl, he will nod his head. He will say this with a chuckle in the basement of his throat, as though words like these are not the smoking pistols that wound the self-esteem of women who wear midnight on their skin. He will say this with a smile, as if he is almost but not quite willing to excuse the amount of Africa still living inside your DNA. What he is saying is that there is a railroad on the color wheel, and he thinks that you are from the wrong side of the tracks. When he pats you on the back, no, there is no compliment in the trunk or an apology riding shotgun. His wisdom teeth are wearing white hoods. Don't let him burn crosswords into your pride. Never forget that you are a constellation. I've owned a telescope since the day I was born. Even on days when you feel completely invisible, I see. I was told the average girl begins to plan her wedding at the age of 7. I was told she picks the colors and the cake first. By the age of 10, she knows the time and the location. By 17, she's already chosen a gown and a maid of honor. By 22, she's waiting for a man who doesn't break out in hives when he hears the word commit. Someone who doesn't smell like a Band-Aid drenched in lonely. Someone who is more than a temporary solution to the empty side of the bed. Someone who will hold her hand like it's the only one that he's ever seen. To be honest, I don't know what tux I'll be wearing. I have no idea what my wedding will look like. But I imagine the woman who pins my last name to hers will butterfly down the aisle like a 5-foot promise. I imagine that her smile will be so big that you will see it on Google Maps to know exactly where our wedding is being held. The woman that I plan to marry will have champagne in her walk, and I will get drunk on her footsteps. When the pastor asks me if I take this woman to be my wife, I will say yes before he even finishes the sentence. I will apologize later for being impolite, but I will also explain to him that our first kiss happened 6 years ago, and I've been practicing my yes for the past 2,165 days. And people ask me about my wedding, I never really know what to say. When they ask me about my future wife, I always tell them, if I could, I would shapeshift into the first thing she thinks about in the morning just to make sure that I will always wake up next to her. I tell them that her eyes are the only Christmas lights that deserve to be seen all year long. I tell them that she misses her father, that she loves to laugh, and she's terrible at lying because her face never figured out how to do it correctly. I tell them that if my alarm clock sounded like her voice, my snooze button would collect dust. I tell them that if she came in a bottle, I would drink her until my vision is blurry and my friends take away my keys. I tell them that if she was a book, I would memorize her table of contents. I would read her cover to cover, hoping to find typos just so we could both have something to work on, because aren't we all unfinished? Don't we all need editing? Aren't we all waiting to be read by someone trained that will tell us that we make sense? She don't always make sense, but her imperfections are the things I love about her the most. I don't know when I will be married. I don't know where I will be married, but I do know this. Whenever I'm asked to describe my future wife, I do so as best as I can. And every single time, she sounds a lot like you. Every time, she sounds a lot like you. Thank you.